Namaskar, good morning, Suraj Singh, Civil Engineer, Bharat, Faridabad, Bharat Desh, SSSDR, Bharat, Sovereign Socialist, Secular Democratic Republic, Bharat, India. I belong to this country, and you all, my colleagues, my friends, my citizens, belong to this beautiful and fortunate country who had been enslaved for centuries. And later on, since 1947, we have been a free, independent, and with all these five parameters, a nation of the whole world. I have to decide myself that I have to act as a spectator or I have to participate myself an revolution, with a revolution that exists but not seen. Sometimes people think but they don't speak. Sometimes people don't speak but they think, and they think only and don't speak, don't even think to speak. And speaking is sometimes not valued. When speech is not valued, doesn't make a difference, but it is recorded. It is kept in eyes of people. If you want to help this country or you don't want to help this country, it is in your hands. If you think this is your country, then you have to do something for this country. It doesn't matter you are pro-government or you are against government. It doesn't make a difference. To an extent, you are a nationalist. You believe this country is your home, then you have to do everything. Just you have to understand that you are not an ordinary country. You are a country of spiritual values. You are a country that makes you something natural, something we call Vande Matram. We speak Vande Matram, but certainly many of us do not know what Vande Matram is. Yes, there are scripts of Vande Matram in Sanskrit, and we speak that all time with pride. Some speak, some don't speak, some speak Jan Gan Man. Ultimately, it is patriotic approach that makes you think to chant that mantra or that stanza, and it is good also that you are supposed to speak that Vande Matram. That's called thanks, mother. Salam to you, mother. Sujalam, Suflam, Malja Shitlam, Sasasya Shyamalam Matram, Shubh Jyot Sujanam, Pulikat Yaminam, Pullak Sumit, Dubtal Shobhanam, Suhasanam, Samudar Bhashanam, Sukhda Bandra Matram, Saptakoti Kant Kaldev Vinas Pugali. It's a long one, very long one, and we just understand. It's our duty to understand. At least we cannot chant in Sanskrit. What is this translation? Mother, I salute thee, rich with thy hurrying streams, bright with orchard gleams, cool with thy winds of delight, green fields waving, mother of night, might, mother fee, glory of moonlight dream, o'er my branches and lowly streams, clad in thy blossoming trees, mother, giver of ease, laughing low and sweet, mother, I kiss thy feet, Vande Matram, and it's long one. It's ultimately a admiration of motherland, admiration nature that my country owns, and it's great. We respect it and should respect it. But this one part of story, other part is that we have to get blessings and gifts from our mother, our motherland, Bharat, India. But we have to be loyal and true children to motherland, and we can be loyal to motherland only by respect motherland, and means we respect our country, our systems, our public. Whatever we do in our life, we perform in our life, we have to do it for public, because public is country. Public constitutes country. Country comprises of public. It's not simply land. If land is there, let us assume all facilities are there, All resources are there, but no people, no humanity. So what purpose of this facility remains? If people are there, there is meaning of this land, all these resources, naturally driven resources, naturally ground delivered resources, ground resources, land, rivers, forests, plants, crops, nature, air, whatever it is, whatever gifts you are getting from nature directly or indirectly. If you evaluate it, you cannot evaluate in monetary terms. It is spirituality, it is the best knowledge that we can get from that, or else it's no use. Sorry. It's only 72 years that we got independence, and independence from our previous masters, owners, we can say indirectly owners. But have we been in harmony since then as a society? We know we are a society of not one faith. We are not faith-based society. We are society comprising of diverse sections, religions, castes, thousands of castes, and we cannot just define that it's my country or it's your country, because this country belongs to all citizens. So where are we moving to? If you see Constitution, it mandates a lot. It gives rights to each citizen equally, based on justice, based on equality, and based on liberty, further founded on sovereignty, socialism, secularism, democracy, and republic. Five pillars of our foundation, and then institutionalized pillars in form of constitutional powers embedded within 395 articles of our constitution. Bharat ka Samvidhan, great power for people of this country. But where this power has gone? People feel that as individual citizens, they don't have a feeling of constitution. That is true. If you ask a common man, do you have any rights in this country? Do you have some powers in this country, or do you think law is there? In very common answer by common citizen is there is no law. There is no law. Some say this interpretation is that there is law but no implementation. Where is constitution, people ask? Where is law? This means our people, our society has not been well educated about our systems, though this is written. And we do not recognize it because of our what? We are not aware of that. That's right. Why we are not aware of that? Because we don't care about that. And why don't we care about that? Because we are the different type of people. We are people who least bother about each and every issue. We bother about only ourselves, that we have to live. That's fine. You have to live. But you have to live in a country. So it is your duty that you understand what law is, what constitution is, what right is, what privilege is, and what your duty is. Always there is a government at center, or you call union government, or at state levels, geographical state levels. Governments are there. There are governments in form of judiciary, and there are governments in form of legislature. All are governments. And super government is people of this country. They are called super government in my way, because they are above governments. That's fact of life, because they elect MPs and parliament. They elect through governments all these institutions, executive and judiciary. It's from public funds, it's from public taxes that all these institutional members are paid. So they are paying from their pockets, from their taxes, collection revenues, to all these employees, officers, and institutional heads, whosoever they are, even up to head level president. people are paying. This means people are owning these all. But this is very big issue, very big question I'm asking everybody. Question is, you have to realize that you are owner of this country. You cannot simply limit yourselves to your individual living or family living. Opposition and governments, there are two classes, virtually though not defined in constitution as opposition, but opposition need not be defined. Opposition need not be defined because opposition exists everywhere, in every field, in every society. This is natural. Opposition is there. Without opposition, you cannot even breathe. If you say there is no recognized opposition, that's all something different, but opposition always remains there. Opposition means a check. Opposition means an audit. Opposition means a scrutiny. Opposition means to ensure whatever has been done is defect free. This is opposition. Opposition is not a war. Opposition is no amity. Opposition is not to kill someone. Opposition means to quarantine something so that defects move away. Opposition means to strengthen it. Opposition means to remind someone doing something. Opposition means to correct everything, to foolproof everything, to proof check everything. Opposition is that. But in political sphere, it is considered differently. If I oppose someone, I am his friend. Of course, it is a fact. Because if my enemy is there, why should I help him? Opposition means an indirect help. I help myself by opposing something. Opposition means I am aware that I am checking your work. Opposition means that I am not sleeping. Opposition doesn't mean that I'll take you off chair. No. I am helping my body. I'm helping my country. I'm helping my system by opposition. It's not that I am anti my country. I am opposition to government, and government is not country. First of all, I am opposing government means I am helping my nation. If somebody calls me that I am working against nations, that person should go to psycho treatment. That is required, doctor required there. Because that person is not well educated to understand what does opposition mean. That person has to learn, has to go back to school or university or open dictionary and see meaning of that. Opposition is a part of position, and position is occupied by government. Opposition includes that government. Opposition supports that government. Opposition corrects mistakes of the government. So opposition is a guide. Opposition is a philosophy. Opposition is a co-movement. This is opposition. You simply cannot say you are opposing your nationalist or international or anti-nationalist. This is donkey's thought. Opposition, even though it doesn't exist, is a must. If there is no one to oppose, then there should be persons from inside government. They have to oppose. For example, there's a government. There are 60 ministers, say. There's a legislature known as parliament. If government is there, MP, ministers are there, they are same part. First, they have to oppose among themselves. That is called brainstorming. And if they don't do, opportunity goes to legislature. Legislature has to speak. Even though legislature comprises of same party which governs, yet it is their fundamental duty to ensure what government is doing, not as a part of government, but as a part of super government. That's legislature for them, because government reports to legislature. It's duty of legislature, of whatever party MPs belong to, that they have to think and check and oppose and raise points that this is wrong, this is right, or explain why it's happened. That is opposition. To my understanding, opposition is a help to nation, help to society. By opposing, you check mistakes, you train yourself and nation. So it should be respected. That government which respects opposition, which values opposition, always is a proficient government. that government seldom makes mistake, because mistakes are checked, they're checked. All mistakes can be checked by opposition, and it is a guide to government, it's a training to government that in hurry you are making this mistake and please correct it if it's worth. That is the meaning of opposition. It's no enemy, it's not something else that you feel you are at risk. It is my nation, it's my home, I have every right to oppose, and it must be taken seriously because I am aware, that is why I am opposing. If I am not aware, I am sleeping, I will not oppose, and I will not even read what you have done. I will not even view that. Question is reviewing. I review something, that is my duty, that's my basic requirement, and country needs that. Those scientists, those engineers who work in field, they of course make mistakes because of busy attitude, or because of lack of knowledge, or because of missing the points or sequences or coordination. And that is checked by someone else, and that is further checked by someone else. This way all errors are removed, all errors are corrected. And this happens in every field. It is not question of one person, it's question of nation. It is question of whole society. Why should I fear opposition? If somebody criticizes me, I should welcome that person and seek why one person criticizes me. I have to consider that point which is raised. If I consider that point well and finds answers to that, or seeks answer from a person who raises that, then it helps. That person who raised that question is my support. I should welcome it. I should consider that. And this is what is all required in democracy. Or even if there is no democracy, you have to think that one. Because I am not working alone for myself. Government is not working for itself only. It's working for nation, for whole world indirectly. This way or that way in some points. So I really treat those people underdeveloped, those people who object to opposition. And in fact, a person who is capable, who is intelligent, must always be a part of opposition. Even though one is in government, should be self-opposer. If I oppose my work sometimes, because I review it, it doesn't mean what I do is right or what I speak is right. Everybody has a right to check it. Everybody has a right to examine it. That is what my work is required, means my work is indirectly vetted by opposition. So it should be considered very affirmatively, very positively. And those who do not consider that, they are not fully developed minds. We cannot be all developed minds, that's true. But those who are in power or those who are not in power, in opposing powers, both should be equally oriented to make everything great. If we just stick to constitution, we have to respect it. Yes, there may be flaws in constitution which are checkable, which can be corrected, and it has been corrected in the past. But if you think I can do everything, if government says that don't tell me anything, that means it is going to destabilize your nation, destabilize society. We know our constitution is great. It treats everybody equally on equal patterns in all ways. There is no differentiation of faith. There's no differentiation. The only thing is every citizen has to be dignified and stay good life as a citizen of this country, and country has to rise all time, progressively, rapidly, and qualitatively. Qualitatively, I mean to say not simply quantitatively. Quality and quantity must move together in required proportions.